cherry wine suits me kindly, and it tastes...
Choosing a sport...
8 years, Sammy Davis Jr. has proven himself to be one of the most versatile entertainers in show business. He is in town with the incredible Sarah Vaugn, playing the Chicago Theater for enthusiastic audiences throughout the weekend.
When the music swells, I'm touching your hand. It tells me you're standing here, and at the sound of your voice, heaven opens its portals to me. Can I help but rejoice that a love such as ours came to be? But I always knew I would live my life through with a song in my heart for you.
Joining us now is Cup with Sammy Davis Jr. to tell us how it feels to be back in Chicago.
Sammy, Linda introduced you by saying 58 years in showbiz. You don't look it. 58 years. It's hard to believe that you've been hoofing that far, except for your hip, which is showing some signs of wear and tear.
Yeah, I'm afraid so. I've got to go in and get it fixed eventually. I mean, permanently, a permanent replacement for it. But we've known each other for a good many of those 58 years of show business. You know,
go back over 40 years when you were
40.
starring with the Will Matson Trio. I remember.
That's right.
Will Matson, your uncle, was the head of the act.
Yes.
Sammy Davis Sr.
Yes.
And Sammy Davis Jr., the star.
Well, I wasn't
Sammy
a star.
became such a big star that the other two couldn't keep up with you.
Oh, no.
You
It
went
was
single.
just time that they wanted to retire. Then Will took over my management until he passed. He was my manager until he passed. And,
Sammy, I remember the days when they would say, get the Will Matson Trio. I don't care about the other two. Get the little fella.
get the guy in the middle. But that, you know, that was traditional with trios and quartets. If you remember, Harry Ritz of the Ritz Brothers always had the same thing.
Sure,
but the guy in the middle always stayed with the other two till they decided, you know.
Let me take you to a current subject today. I'm sure you're aware of the unfortunate remark that Al Campaneris of the LA Dodgers made, casting
yes, I'm
making
aware.
a very derogatory comment about blacks not being able to handle top-level jobs. What about in your field, the entertainment world, the Hollywood studios, the TV studios, the radio, the recording companies, the Broadway stage, VCRs? I don't see many blacks there outside of the recording where the blacks have had a big share.
Thank God, we do have a lot of black executives. We have black directors, black writers now who are not exclusively to black shows. We have black producers. We have a lot of black executives in top positions, both in the TV and motion picture fields. But it is not a visible job, you know, and you have to go to Fox or to Metro or to Warner Brothers. You see them mulling around, or you'll see the guy sitting at the executive table, and the guy says, oh, that's the man that produces, you know, Kate and Alley or this, that, and the other, because they don't make a mention of it. I think the statement that the man made was unfortunate, but to say the least, it was unfortunate. But it's surprising to me that someone in this day and age could make such a stupid statement. You know, it's like it harks back to all the cliches that we have ever heard. I don't care how you frame it, but we've all lived with they're born lazy, all Jews are stingy, you know, and they're money grabbers. And you suddenly feel, man, this is the 80s, we're going into another century, and maybe people's minds have cleared, and something like this happens, and it's shocking. It really is shocking to me.
It's shocking, one, that there aren't any blacks there. It's shocking that he would say they're not qualified for the job. That's
a man in
amazing.
his position, and with that organization, which was one of the leaders in opening the door.
Sure. They brought Jackie Robinson into baseball. That's remarkable. Sammy, how long? We mentioned 58 years in show business. How long can you keep going?
Well, I don't intend to keep going. I have no desire. Let me first of all say I have no desire to match George Burns. He's going to wind up with the record, that I'm sure of. I'd like to stay in it a 3 more years. I figure by the time that I get to where Social Security is mine, and I can get in half price at the movie theaters, I would like to be directing and producing. I would like to be in something related to show business, but I have no more desire, unless it's something special. And I find myself more and more, I said last night, it was a joy to come back to Chicago, because it meant a lot to me.
Yeah, we have to wrap it here, Sammy. I want to thank you for being here, and once again, address you by your right name, Mr. Wonderful.
Thank you. Thank you, Irv.
Thanks, gentlemen. Walter?
Still ahead on First